The Bride of Shadows. Long ago, in the heart of a vast African savanna, there was a small village named Sunyi. Life there was simple. People farmed the land, fetched water from the river, and gathered under the baobab tree to share stories. In this village lived a young maiden named Alma, known for her kindness and beauty. Alma dreamed of marrying for love, not wealth. She believed that true happiness came from the heart, not from gold. But her parents thought differently. To them, wealth was power, and power was the only shield against poverty. Alma's parents, Abina and Kwaku, were poor farmers who had tasted hardship all their lives. When a wealthy stranger named Nana Kofi arrived in the village, they saw him as their only chance at a better life. He was a man draped in fine clothes, riding a horse adorned with golden bells. His words were sweet like honey, and his gifts flowed like a river, bags of salt, fine cloth, and cowries. Alma's parents began whispering in her ears every day. "Child, love will not feed you. Marry Nana Kofi, and your life will be like a queen's." Alma's heart belonged to Kwame, a humble hunter who had nothing but his bow and the love he carried for her. She pleaded with her parents, tears streaming down her face, "I do not love this man. My happiness is with Kwame." But her words fell on deaf ears. Her parents reminded her of their struggles, nights without food, days of toil under the scorching sun. They told her that marrying Nana Kofi was not just for her, it was for the family's survival. Under their heavy pressure and emotional guilt, Alma finally agreed, though her heart bled in silence. The day of the wedding was grand. Drummers beat their talking drums, dancers leaped like antelopes, and the smell of roasted yam filled the air. Alma wore beads of coral and a wrapper woven with gold threads. Everyone envied her, thinking she had found paradise. But inside her chest, her heart was a stone sinking into deep waters. Kwame stood at the edge of the crowd, his eyes full of sorrow, his fists clenched in helpless anger. Alma caught his gaze, but tradition chained her fate. Weeks after the wedding, Alma entered Nana Kofi's world, a world of luxury, but also of secrets. He owned vast lands and countless cattle, yet strange men visited him at night. One evening, Alma followed him silently and discovered the truth: Nana Kofi was no honest man. His wealth came from blood and shadows. He was a leader of a band of raiders who robbed travelers and sold stolen goods. The gold that glittered on her arms was stained with tears of the innocent. Alma's heart froze. Alma lived in fear. Every night, she heard whispers of evil plans. Sometimes she saw charms and strange pots buried in the yard, signs of dark magic to protect stolen wealth. Her soul screamed for escape, but where could she go? If she ran, Nana Kofi would hunt her down. If she stayed, she would become like him, a thief in fine clothes. Alma realized that the parents who claimed to love her had sold her into a cage of gold. One moonless night, justice came like a storm. The king's warriors raided Nana Kofi's compound. They had tracked his crimes for months, and now his time was up. Alma watched as Nana Kofi was dragged away in chains, his riches scattered like leaves in the wind. The villagers whispered in shock, "We thought he was a man of honor, but he is nothing but a thief." Alma felt no triumph, only emptiness. The wealth that blinded her parents had brought nothing but disgrace. Alma returned to her parents, but her heart was broken. The people mocked them, saying, "You sold your daughter for gold, and now your hands are empty." Alma's parents wept, realizing too late the weight of their greed. Kwame, the humble hunter, welcomed Alma back with open arms. But though he loved her still, Alma was no longer the carefree maiden he once knew. She had walked through shadows, and the scars would never fade. Years later, Alma would sit under the great baobab tree and tell her story to the young maidens of the village. Do not let anyone trade your happiness for gold. Wealth without honor is a curse. Love is the only true treasure. Her words spread like the wind, and many learned from her pain. The baobab became a place of wisdom, where elders reminded parents that forcing children into loveless marriages brings nothing but sorrow. And so the tale of Alma lived on. It carried a message carved into the hearts of generations: do not let greed blind you, for wealth gained through evil will end in shame. And never let the hands of others write the story of your heart. For in the end, gold can glitter in the sun, but love alone can light the darkness.